Hello? Let me ask you a question. Have you ever felt like a failure? Life sometimes feels like an unsolvable riddle. One day you pour in all your efforts, hopes, and dreams, only to be met with a cold, hard no. Failure in business, failure in love, failure in academics, career, or even in believing in yourself. And then you drown in negative thoughts asking, am I even worth it? Quap, pause for a moment. I want you to know, this is not failure. These are just challenges. No one walks through life without stumbling, but how we rise after the fall defines who we truly are. Successful people are not those who never fall. They are those who fall, get hurt, feel broken, but still keep going. Nelson Mandela once said, I never lose. I either win or learn. Every time you stumble, you learn something new about yourself, about the world, and about the path you are on. 100. Think back to the darkest moments in your life, when no one believed in you, when the world turned its back on you, names you felt alone, with the question echoing in your mind, what am I even living for? Yet here you are, still listening. That means you're still fighting. And that alone proves one thing. You haven't failed. You're still training. There are no hopeless situations, only people who have grown hopeless about them. Unknown. Be brave enough to face it, because light always comes after the dark. Challenges come to everyone. They don't discriminate. Some see them as burdens, others see them as punishment. But the wise see them as tests. Challenges don't come to defeat you. They come to test if you truly deserve what you're striving for. Thomas Edison, inventor of the light bulb, failed over 1,000 times before succeeding. When asked about it, he said, I have not failed. I've just found 1,000 ways that won't work. That mindset, that's what separates the successful from those who quit halfway. Like a lobster that must molt to grow bigger, in that vulnerable moment, it is soft, exposed, and weak. But if it doesn't shed, it will die inside its old shell. You're the same. If you don't dare to change, to endure the pain of growth, you'll stay stuck in the old version of yourself. No one is born strong, but anyone can become strong if they have the courage to leave their comfort zone. Think your life story is too painful? Then listen to Washington Roebling, the man behind the iconic Brooklyn Bridge. A tragic accident left him unable to speak or walk, but he didn't give up. Using only one finger, he tapped messages on his wife's arm, sharing ideas and engineering instructions. Through this, he led his team to finish the bridge over the course of 13 years. He wasn't perfect, but he didn't quit. That is true greatness, not in glory, but in resilience. Winston Churchill once said, never, never, never give up. Every failure is a priceless lesson. Router at work? Ask yourself, what skill do I need to improve? Reject in love? Ask yourself, how can I love myself better? Feeling hurt? Ask yourself, what wound within me still needs healing? Failure is not an end. It's just a comma, not a full stop. Brian Tracy said, optimism is more strongly associated with success and happiness than anything else. You don't need to be the smartest person, but you must be the most determined. You don't need to be born into wealth, but you can choose to keep learning and moving forward. You don't need to be naturally talented, but you can train, sharpen your skills, and stay persistent every single day. Steve Jobs once said, the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking. Don't settle. Optimism doesn't mean sitting still and hoping things will get better. Optimism means getting up, taking action, and being the change. You failed an exam? Study again, harder. Betrayed by someone? Forgive and become stronger. Faced defeat? Reflect, learn, and keep moving. Marie Curie once said, nothing in life is to be feared, it is only to be understood. Now is the time to understand more so that we may fear less. You can't change the past. but you can rewrite the future. Every morning, the sun rises. A new day begins, bringing with it fresh opportunities. Don't let one bad day define the rest of your life. Today's challenge is tomorrow's foundation. You've come too far to quit now. Barack Obama once said, "If you start, you might fail. But if you don't start, you've already failed." And finally, remember this. There is no failure, only challenges. Every challenge is here to shape you into someone worthy of your dream. Today you may be tired. Today you may stumble. Today you may cry. But tomorrow, you'll rise. The next day, you'll run. One day, you'll fly. Stay strong. Keep going. Conquer yourself with a resilience no one can ever take from you. And if you ever need another reason to keep going, just listen to these stories. Have you ever heard of Abraham Lincoln? He wasn't just a great U.S. president, he was the embodiment of perseverance. Before becoming president, he faced countless failures, failed businesses, heartbreaks, election defeats, but he never gave up. Again and again he stood up. Had Lincoln quit, America may never have had the leader who ended slavery and restored a nation divided by civil war. Every time we face a challenge, life is asking us, do you truly want this? Another example comes from the world of sports. Michael Jordan, widely considered the greatest basketball player of all time, he was once cut from his high school team for not being good enough, but instead of quitting, he trained relentlessly. Later, he famously said, "I've failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed." That quote is a declaration to us all. Success doesn't come from avoiding failure. It comes from not being afraid of it. When challenges come, remember, you are not alone. Every great person has walked through the darkness to reach the light. When you're misunderstood, judged, or abandoned, let that make you stronger, not bitter. When you're rejected, remember, it says nothing about your worth. It just means your path is one that not everyone can walk with you. Learn to turn wounds into strength, pain into power, and challenges into wings that carry you farther than you've ever dreamed. It's strange but true. The more challenges you face, the greater your chance to grow. Look at nature. Mighty trees don't grow on smooth ground. They sink their roots deep to withstand storms. Diamonds aren't formed in comfort, but under extreme pressure deep underground. People are the same. Challenges don't weaken you. They reveal your hidden strength. If you feel lost, just keep walking. Don't sit still. Sometimes the light doesn't appear until you've walked far enough from the shadows. If you're stuck, try something new. Learn a skill. Write a journal. Call an old friend. Small actions can lay the path to transformation. And if you're too tired to go on, rest, but don't quit. In the end, remember this. Life isn't easy, but it's always fair to those who don't give up. Your journey may not look like anyone else's, but it's unique, and it's worth living fully. And if you keep going, keep believing, and keep facing your fears, then nothing is impossible. I believe in you. Now you believe in yourself. There is no failure, only challenges.